You guys know what Soulframe is, right? It was that MMO that released a cinematic trailer back in July 2022. Didn't really reveal anything outside of that and kind of went radio silent for like the last 8-9 months. This was an MMO in active development from the Warframe developers. Warframe being one of the most successful online multiplayer action games in the industry. Because as of today, during the 10th anniversary live stream of Warframe, the devs released actual gameplay for Soulframe. And admittedly, before I go ahead and showcase it, I do want to note this is very early alpha footage. So this incarnation of the game, of what we see, is going to likely differ drastically by the time they have a final product ready for players to play, whether that's in 2024, 2026, or 2030, you know, when Ashes of Creation and Riot's MMOs are likely going to release. Before we take a look at Soulframe though, I just want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon. Your guys' support allows for me to keep pushing out videos like this covering MMOs, and I honestly cannot thank you all enough for that. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch. I stream MMOs there every weekend.
Behind the curtain, and Scott's going to just go through and fight a few enemies, and I think that'll kind of be it.
No pressure, Scott.
No pressure. It's fine. It's only up from here, right?
That's right.
The character models do look pretty good.
Yeah.
For early alpha development. The character movement looks pretty good. The scenery looks fantastic. Like, we honestly need more Western MMOs. So seeing an MMO like this that doesn't look like your typical Asian MMO, like your Black Desert knockoff, is actually very cool. I'm glad they enjoyed that commentary for me right there.
Sucker punch.
Movement for the abilities looks pretty good. But this is just normal, like, left click melee right now. I mean, I feel like there isn't like a whole lot of weight behind the attack though. There is a whole lot of impact between when you hit the target and I'm gonna be real here. I feel like, I know Soulframe is regarded as an MMO, but I feel like, and this might actually be a good thing, this doesn't feel or look like an MMO. Which, again, might be a positive for the game because, you know, it doesn't look and feel like your carbon copy Asian MMO that gets released every year.
A lot of them now.
He just floated over the bridge. I see that the abilities they're not overly flashy as well, which with games like Final Fantasy XIV being as flashy as they are, admittedly, it's not necessary. Sometimes less is better. But I mean, these are likely placeholder abilities anyway.
Don't worry, I turned on God mode, Scott.
Good, I need it.
Get him.
Oh, he's getting mad.
I like the dodging and I like the parrying aspect of combat. I mean, that seemed a little bit
job,
random.
No pressure with the gameplay, right? Never. Oh, right. So, you guys have been busy. That was...
All right, and there we have it. Actual gameplay for Soulframe. Soulframe is arguably one of the most ambitious new MMORPGs of the 2020s, and the fact that it is actually being developed by a company that seems competent, the developers behind Warframe, gives me hope, a lot of hope, that this game might actually captivate the MMO audience and establish itself as an MMO with longevity. But we have seen a lot of ambitious MMOs fail in the past, and just because a studio has a successful game does not mean subsequent games are also going to be equally as successful or of equal quality. Now, I was excited when Soulframe was announced because I really do like Warframe. After seeing this early alpha build, I think this has a lot of potential. I know that there were people over on Reddit that were comparing this to Ashes of Creation, saying that Ashes of Creation is a scam, saying, oh my god, in like a couple years, look what the Warframe devs have done and how far they have progressed compared to how much the Ashes of Creation devs have done and how much the Ashes of Creation devs have progressed. And I mean, I'm strongly of the opinion that Ashes of Creation will release. I do not know if it will be a successful game. I do not know if it will be a good game. And I feel the exact same way about Soulframe. Right now, there's no point in comparing the two. These are completely different studios with seemingly completely different subgenres. The only similarities, I think, are the fact that they're both Western MMOs that have action and combat. And I think until Soulframe establishes its full identity, it's wrong of us to necessarily compare those two games. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole Genshin Impact clone thing all over again, where every game is compared directly to Genshin Impact, and that sets impossible standards and impossible expectations. I'm excited for Soulframe. I think this gameplay of this early development build looks good. I am very excited to see where the game goes from here, and I will keep you all updated with any progress that they make. Now, if Soulframe isn't for you, absolutely no problem. I got 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley. One featuring every MMO releasing this month, and the other featuring a brand new MMO launching in just a few months that you need to take a look at if you haven't already.